What's up, guys? Welcome to the FPL Centre. My name's Tom, and this is basically just going to be a fun little project for me to try and maintain over the course of the season. I'm not going to claim to be any kind of FPL expert, far from it. I'm a football fan first and foremost. Cardiff City, my team. Finally in the Premier League at last. No more Swansea City. Bye bye, lads. Sorry about that. But yeah, the aim of the channel basically is just going to be try to bring you some entertaining content, hopefully stuff that you'll enjoy. Nothing's really set in stone right now, but I'll probably look at doing things like a weekly review on my team, potential transfers I'm looking at, and then maybe like highlighting a few of the best performing teams each week from the mini league I've set up for the FPL Centre. So potentially, highlighting some of your teams and looking at how they compare to mine and stuff like that. Just having fun with it. We'll see how it goes. As far as today, I just wanted to kick things off by recommending a few FPL resources and tools that seem like they're going to be extremely valuable to me this season. I know a lot of them were last season, and I don't see why that's going to change. So, like I say, the plan is to share them with you guys. Maybe you'll find them helpful like I do. Maybe you know some of them, and it'll just be one or two that are new to you. Either way, I hope you find something here that's worthwhile. Sharing's caring, all that. So let's get straight into it. Now, just before we do, I'll point out now all the important links are going to be in the description below, so feel free to check them out as and when you feel like it. First up, hopefully the transitions are happening in time here. First up, fantastic podcast, Who Got the Assist, brought to you, of course, by Nick and Tom. Both these guys are extremely well known and respected in the FPL community. The guys cover everything and anything related to FPL each week, ensuring that you're kept up to date on all the important news and strategies out there. It's the one podcast that I make sure I listen to. I'm not a big podcast guy, I'll admit that. I'm more into my YouTube, more into my videos. But as far as podcasts go, I know there are a hell of a lot of fantastic podcasts out there. But for me, Who Got the Assist stands out a little bit more from the crowd, bringing some amazing content every week. In addition to the podcast, they have great content being uploaded regularly on the blog, which you can find on their website. And to be honest, this preseason they've really stepped it up. Some of the more kind of recent posts that I've really found interesting include a piece about the concept of coverage, in particular looking at Mo Salah and whether you can use Mane and Firmino in combination there to cover his points. If you want to know the outcome of that and that kind of how that plays out, go over and check that article out. And they also do a look into the concept of talisman theory, something that I'll be honest was kind of like in my mind in a vague way. I hadn't really properly thought it out and had it explained to me, and these guys do a fantastic job of digging down into what talisman theory is. If you don't know what it is, if you haven't heard of it, I highly recommend getting over to the Who Got the Assist website, check out their blog and look that article up. Absolutely amazing stuff. So second, we're going to highlight another blog, FPL Connect. These guys bring some incredible articles and analysis to the table. Last season, a weekly series called the Captain Metric really helped me out exploring kind of the best options to captain in each game week. Now, last season, I know that there was a lot of people, myself included, that were tempted to just captain Mo Salah every week, and if you did that, like I did for the majority of the time, of course it paid off. He was a fantastic player, extremely consistent, and basically never let you down. But what the Captain Metric did do for me in particular, I'm hoping the guys at FPL Connect keep this series up this season because it was extremely valuable, is it offered the occasional differential as far as captains. So there was one week in particular I remember where I had the captain's armband on Mo Salah, and I checked out the metric on the blog at FPL Connect, and it recommended Raheem Sterling on that particular week. I ended up making a last-minute switch, took the armband off Mo Salah, put it on Raheem Sterling. He scored 15 points. Mo Salah scored 9, and I got a little bit more of an edge, over the majority of players in the FPL database that were captaining Mo Salah. So every now and then, it can prove extremely valuable. And towards the end of the season, I know that Aubameyang popped up a few times there and really helped me out too. So definitely want to keep an eye on. So as well as the Captain Metric, they do fantastic articles. Like I say, some of the most recent ones include an interview with Fantasy Football Scout's top 10 Hall of Fame manager James Eggersdorf. I hope I'm saying that name right. As well as an in-depth tactical analysis on how Chelsea are going to be looking to line up under the new manager Maurizio Sarri. If you're curious to know exactly what Sarri ball is and how Chelsea might look once they start kind of playing the kind of football he's looking to do, I definitely recommend checking that article out, as it provides, like I say, a really in-depth view on what Sarri looked to do on the pitch with Napoli and the success that he was able to achieve there. So yeah, make sure you schedule a little visit to the FPL Connect blog, check it out, see what you think, and let me know. And then next up, these guys are kind of relatively new kids on the block, but to be honest, as far as content's concerned, I have to say I think FPL Academica producing probably the best stuff out there right now, if I'm honest. They only got going in February in 2018, so like I say, relatively new. But since launching, they've been consistently blowing me away with the quality of their articles and the analysis that they're able to produce. There was a weekly series I remember on differentials, which helped me out massively, especially through the second half of last season when the blog was launched. And their recent post, this one is one that I really want to highlight. Their recent post on a concept called value over replacement player, or VORP for short. That's potentially going to revolutionize the way you think about FPL and the decision making that you go with there. If you're not already familiar with the concept, that article, this blog, is essential reading for those that have kind of a more statistical or analytic approach to the game. But to be honest, even if you're a more casual player, you'll probably be able to find some fantastic kind of stat-based tips on how to improve your FPL performance over the course of the season. It really does stand out as a game changer. Definitely recommend you check out the guys here at FPL Academica. One last website that I wanted to quickly highlight is FPL Analytics. This is a wonderful little site that allows you to access a range of kind of tools and features. The few of them kind of that I want to highlight really here, there's an access to a fixture difficulty tracker, which you can kind of monitor across the season to plan your transfers and everything. There's an overnight price change tracker, obviously to keep up with the price rises and price falls and stuff like that over the course of the season. And the one that I really want to point out, because I found this exceptionally useful, is there's a database on the website that highlights the top 5,000 FPL managers in each game week, and it shows you which players they own, who they captained, and who they benched. Now, I don't need to tell you or explain to you, I'm sure, how amazing that insight is and how valuable it is that you can draw such good understanding from these tools. Looking at the top 5,000 managers in the entire game every week, who they own, who they captain, and who they bench. Like over the course of the season, if you're kind of someone who's looking to learn a little bit more about the decision making that the top players make, really useful tool to try and improve your game there each week as you look to climb the ranks in the FPL database there. So yeah, amazing website. Check out FPL Analytics. And then finally, I'm sure you all know this guy, I'm sure you're all aware of his content, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Andy over at Let's Talk FPL. I personally started watching Andy's videos early last season. I know he's been going a little bit longer than that. But to be honest, it's more the live streams that I want to mention here. I personally spend a long time deliberating over certain decisions through the course of the season. And watching Andy going through the same kind of thought process and decision making process that he was going through each week on the live streams, it really helped me, kind of reminding me, I guess, every week that we don't need to overreact to every kind of new player that does well. He drives home the kind of consistent lessons that you need to keep in your mind over the course of the season, like having a bit of faith in your team over the course of multiple game weeks. Don't wildcard for the sake of it. Obviously Andy keeping it in the back pocket there. And above all else, having fun with the game. Don't take this too seriously. Have fun with it. Learn from your mistakes and push on and see what you can do as far as climbing the ranks. But yeah, that's basically everything I wanted to cover today. This is my first ever video, so please do let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I'd be particularly keen to hear if you have any FPL tools or resources that I did not mention here that you find useful, and maybe I'll be able to learn something or discover something new as well. As I mentioned before, all the links you need are going to be down in the description, so make sure you check those out. I'll be back soon, probably sometime later this week before the kickoff of Game Week 1, just with a kind of introduction and a look at my team going to the start of the season. But yeah, that's basically everything that I wanted to cover. I appreciate anything that you guys want to do regarding liking and sharing and subscribing. I'm not going to ask for it because I'm just starting off here, but anything that you guys feel like the video deserves, go for it. But yeah, that's it from me. Bye for now.